Smash Brothers and 5D
Mhm.
chess. This is Rex.
And this is Cole. We're doing the thing again.
Yep.
It's
And
happening.
so, what do you want to talk about? I guess Sephiroth, and
Yes. In Super Smash Brothers.
you're excited
Uh,
about this, huh?
I mean, it's cool. I'm actually I've never played or Final Fantasy VII. I'm not actually other than like Final Fantasy 3. No, I think it's 4. I forget. It's the one. Gosh, I'm trying. I don't know if it's like because I know that the numbers start to get weird after a certain point. So I'm not sure which actual numbers I played, but I think I played like 4 and a little bit of 3, and then some of the later stuff. But I don't know. I'm really interested in seeing this guy in Smash. Just the level of like edginess that this guy kind of exudes is kind of beyond a lot of the other characters in this game. Like all the villains are usually kind of goofy except for Ridley, and even then he's kind of this goofy looking dragon monster. Even though he has very like menacing attacks and he's scary, he's still kind of he's not that threatening. But this guy, the way they like have the trailer going and the moveset that he's kind of given just feels so out of place that I kind of find it fascinating. And I mean, I guess and I'm always excited about every Smash character. I always like just kind of seeing what they're gonna do. Like all the little memes right there, just like, oh yeah, remember that when he did that thing? He's also okay. So this is one part of the trailer where he stabs Mario. Right there, that is.
That's pretty cool.
It's really. It doesn't. They don't. After you like play a little bit more, it'll show that like, oh no, he didn't get stabbed. It's just just part of his overalls. But the fact that they were willing to just go there was it was really good. Like the whole trailer was executed really well. I'm excited to see what comes of this whole thing, and it's making me excited to see who else gets released, because nobody was really asking for Sephiroth, I don't think, but I think they've kind of got the pulse on what people might be interested in, even if it's not necessarily what they're asking for.
Yeah, definitely. Sephiroth is a cool character.
Mm-hmm.
Very iconic. Everyone knows.
Very iconic. Everybody knows who he is. Yes.
Yep. And I'm not a big Smash Brothers fan. I did play the GameCube version way back in the days.
The best version.
I don't know. Have you played the new one?
Oh yeah, no, I've played the new one. I have the DLC, all the DLC for the first season pass, and I bought the other season pass, so I've got all that.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting this. It's coming out this December, actually. So probably in next couple weeks.
Cool.
Yeah. So maybe I'll come back after Christmas, and I'll let you know what's going on with that.
Yeah, give us a little mini review or something of how
Yeah.
you like it or not. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
moving on. Let's talk about the other thing you want to talk about was 5D chess.
Yeah, a very entirely different thing. But a friend of mine.
You seem excited about this.
I am excited about this. I'm actually really excited about this. A friend of mine, like I was already kind of interested in it because it was like, haha, 5D chess. It's the meme, right? But somebody actually kind of wanted to sort of try it out, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I picked it up, and I played it with them. And I guess the best way to explain this experience is to kind of like tell you how a lot of my games end.
Okay.
And it's basically I am like in check. Like I think one of my most crazy games ended with me being in check on like 4 different game boards at once from one piece.
Huh.
And how it basically works, right?
Okay.
Is that sorry.
Explain how this works.
Yeah, how this works. Okay, so first of all, the actual game of chess is not altered at all in terms of like how the pieces move and how being in check works on a single board. The differences come into play when you start actually making moves, because every time you make a move, the previous board is sort of recorded in history. You can see like there's multiple copies of the same board, like sort of being repeated over and over. And that is essentially one new vector of space in this game of chess, right? It's time, and you can kind of send pieces backwards in time based on how they move on the chessboard. So, like for example, since rooks can go as far as they want in any direction, they can, as long as the space and time isn't occupied by another piece, they can go back as far as they want, and you can just send it back. And when you do that, you create another sort of vector, another kind of
Are you playing? So you play. You start out with one board.
You start out with one board.
Then it goes into multiple boards. You're telling me, depending on like time and space.
So normally you play on one board. When you send stuff back in time, that's when you start playing on multiple boards, because you then create a new timeline, and that timeline is also another sort of another dimension in space, right? So like we got like forward and back, right? So we got up and down, left and right, and then we've now got time, and we've got dimension. And when you go back in time, you create a new sort of dimension, where you can see actually happening right now, and that dimension then sort of is a chessboard that you play on simultaneously. So you're actually playing on multiple boards of chess at the same time. You actually duplicate pieces.
Wow.
Yeah. And so...
This seems like the perfect game for people with OCD.
No, it is not. It is the worst game for people with OCD.
Not OCD, ADD. Never mind.
ADD?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
you can't focus on just one game. You gotta focus on 5 games at once or 6 games.
But see, the scary thing is that all of those games are one game, right? Every piece, like if you notice, like they're lined up, like boards can be lined up like top to bottom, right? Those are multiple dimensions. A piece can move from dimension to dimension. So, like that ends up in situations where like a queen can have a king in check in the past, because they're standing on a position that the king was on in the past, so they can just go back there. And then they also might be on a space that is where the king is on in the same dimension, thus putting 2 kings in check at once. Also, the game, as long as a king is in check, doesn't matter what king, that counts as check. And checkmate is basically when there's no possible move to put a king out of check. So it gets crazy, and I love it.
Okay, I want to read some of these reviews because I think they're pretty funny.
Okay.
Garfield's ? No says, my brain hurts in an orgasmic way after playing this.
Yes, exactly. That's perfect.
Sir Will says, I'm okay at chess. I'm not okay at interdimensional time travel chess. And Cotton Candy says, it's literally 5-dimensional chess, so it's a bit hard to wrap your head around, but once you do, you feel like you're, smart enough to play 5-dimensional chess, which is pretty nice feeling. So...
It's not actually as complicated as people make it sound. Even when I'm describing it, it's once you play it, you'll understand. But it definitely is crazy when you first start.
Lev says, this is psychological horror, and I love and hate it in equal measures.
Yes. I also love the menu screen for the game, which is just a bunch of chess pieces falling into the void. It's great.
Gabello says, someone checkmated me through time and from a different parallel universe. 10 out of 10. Yeah. We'll play again.
Yeah, no. That's all real. That's the crazy thing. That's not like, they're making a joke, or it's like, it's funny. No, that's legitimately just what happens.
All right, sounds interesting. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't think I will. I'm playing way too much Cyberpunk these days. So.
Yeah, well, when you get the chance, we can it's not that. Maybe if it's on sale, I'll buy you a copy and we can play a round of 5D chess.
Okay, I'm ready for my brain headache.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and please subscribe and comment.
All right, I'm not going to beg this time, but please subscribe.